Hello, happy birthday, BeLive. How's everyone doing today? I am excited to be here, honored to be here actually. It's exciting 1 year of awesome BeLive platform. Today I am here to share with everybody tips on growing your BeLive, repurposing your content to give you maximum reach. First, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, David, for the awesome presentation. I'm excited to be here. I got 10 minutes. I'm going to jump right into content, answer questions. I'm fired up. I'm loving this platform. So for those who don't know me, my name is Hani Mourra. Create a lot of automation software tools, but today I'm here to share with you guys repurposing your content. Why do you want to repurpose your Facebook Lives? Because Facebook's awesome. You get engagement, you get interaction. Using platforms like BeLive, you can actually talk to your audience and engage with them, have Q&A sessions, bring in groups of people together. But what happens after? What happens after the session is over? Facebook Live, Facebook gives you some activity on the feed, and the problem is after a few days, it's gone. It's not as searchable as other platforms. So, my tips for getting your content even more life, extended life, is to get it on other platforms like YouTube and your blog. And something that not a lot of people do is converting that video into audio content. So let's start with YouTube. Why do you want to get your content on YouTube? Because YouTube is a very powerful search engine. There's a bunch of stats I have. I'm not going to ramble stats. I've only got about 9 minutes left, but it's owned by Google, powerful search engine. So having your content there just gives it that extra life, and it just gives it searchability. So downloading videos from Facebook, depending on your page or your profile, it's a little bit different each time how you do it. But the goal is, you can Google it, find out ways to download it, get that video onto YouTube, to download it onto your computer if you have to, and upload it onto YouTube. Now, when you want to upload it to YouTube, you want to do a little bit of keyword research depending on your topic. There's free tools like the Google AdWord Planner. Awesome tool. It's free. Get some keywords, get 10 keywords, put them in your title and your description, and get that video on YouTube. And now YouTube is treated like a blog post. So treat the description section as a blog post. So definitely do some SEO there. It's really worth your time. There's tools out there that can help automate it. I've created one of them. It's called repurpose.io. But the point is, get it onto YouTube. 2, get it on your blog. So if you have a blog or a website, you want your content on your blog. And the main reason is no matter what platform you're on, Facebook, YouTube, your content gets attention there, but you can't get people in a two-way conversation. You can't get people on an email list. And the only place you can do that is on your website. So you want to encourage people to come to your website to consume content there. Have all your content, whether it's embed the Facebook Live itself or embed the video version from YouTube. No matter what you do, you want to have your content consumable on your website. And the important thing is you want to have an email opt-in box either in your sidebar or ideally kind of where people are watching it. So people are watching the video on your blog, have an opt-in box below it. So the key here is to get people to consume on your site by letting them know it's available on your site. But more importantly, when they come to your site, they can watch it. So how do you do that with Facebook Live? There's an embed option right inside of Facebook. You can get the embed code, make a new blog post, and embed it there. And there's also tools out there. I've created some WordPress plugins if you're on WordPress. You can look me up and we can chat about that later. But the point being is get the content on your website. And more importantly, get it on with an email opt-in box, either below or on the sidebar. Very important. And when it's on your site, I definitely recommend you do the same thing as you do on YouTube. You want to get people to do a little bit of keyword research so your actual blog post shows up as well. So definitely you want to get people do the same keyword research that you do on YouTube. We talked about a little bit quickly, and getting the same keyword research on your blog as well. I'm going to hop back to the questions, and definitely there's some questions about SEO. I'm happy to dig a little bit deeper into it. I don't have a ton of time, but I'm definitely happy to share my experience with that. But before I get into that, the last platform which people don't really talk about as much is podcasting. Podcasting is such a powerful platform. An audio podcast is such a powerful platform. You're in people's ears. They're listening. They're listening to your content in your ear. So you're literally in their head, talking to them directly on a very consistent basis. Daily, weekly, depending. So if you're creating content on using BeLive on Facebook Live, why not take that content and repurpose it as an audio podcast? So, once you get how would you do that from a kind of a bird's eye perspective? You take your video file, you download it from a Facebook. There's tools out there to strip out the audio. There's one of my favorite ones called, it's called MPEG Stream Clip. There's a Windows and Mac. Anyway, whatever tool you want, most video editing tools let you do that as well. Get the audio version in MP3, add a little intro, a little outro, and get it up as a podcast. There's no way I can dive into how to make a podcast. It's I wouldn't say complicated. There's a few extra steps. There's a ton of tutorials online on how to create podcasts. There's a lot of great tools and great podcasting platforms. You can Google that. I'm not going to get into it here, but definitely consider, once you have your content on YouTube, once you have your content on your own blog so you can collect email addresses, definitely consider taking that content and putting it as an audio podcast. And definitely it's not going to work for every piece of content. It's not going to work for everything. But if you're doing an interview style, those are awesome. Like, this is great content that you have that you can definitely and easily repurpose them as audio podcasts. All right, I know the topic said Instagram. Not sure how that got on that list. I think there's some kind of miscommunication between myself and the BeLive team. So I don't have a lot of expertise in Instagram, but definitely you want to get your content on as many platforms as you want. And with Instagram, I know you can download the Facebook video. If you wanted to, you can slice it up. But the key with Instagram is, if you want to upload video to Instagram, it has to be done from your phone. You cannot do it from any other platform. At least you can't do it legally. So definitely, if you're considering Instagram, and you want to upload video clips, maybe after you're done the interview, definitely got to do it from your phone. And if you want to also upload content, maybe you want to record it, like a 30-second teaser. Say, hey, I'm going live today at 5 p.m. And you just record a little video from your phone and upload that. So if you're considering Instagram as a platform, you got a big following there. Definitely you can do that by doing little video snippets, either the recorded after the fact or pre-show before the fact. Get it up on Instagram if you got the following. Go where you think your audience hangs out most. Start there. I think Facebook is kind of where you want. For me itself, is the best platform for getting exposure. There's a couple of questions about SEO. That's a deep topic, but just keep in mind, my tip is to always keep it simple in the beginning. I like to pick 10 keywords. And what I mean by keyword, I use, if you search for a tool called Google Keyword Planner, basically Google tells you which terms out there are highly searchable, highly searched, and what kind of competition they're getting. So it gives you a lot of insight on what keyword people are searching and how much competition there is for those particular words. Pick something with obviously high search and medium to low competition. Just increases your chances. And I like to pick 10 keywords. I pick one main keyword. That's my main focus of my particular topic of the video, the Facebook Live that I'm doing. And then Google, the keyword tool will suggest other keywords as well to kind of get 9 more to complement. So I always keep up to 10 max. One is your primary, and use your primary in your title and throughout your description as well. And the same thing applies to a blog post, whether you're doing it as a title, description. SEO or hashtags. SEO is when people are actually searching inside of Google or inside of YouTube itself. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm thinking more about outside the platform. So once you've done live on the platform, you had your engagement on Facebook, it's in people's feeds. How do you bring more life into it? How do you bring more longevity to a Facebook broadcast that you've done, so that it's not in the feed for a few days and then it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. It's always there, always there and searchable, which is the key. Searchable on YouTube and searchable on YouTube, because YouTube's a excuse me, also a powerful search engine as well. It's owned by Google. All right, awesome. So I'm choking up here from all this excitement. So people ask me about Pinterest. I know you can share, you can pin things on Pinterest. I am not a big user of Pinterest. I always tell people, pick one or two platforms, focus on them, and kind of build a following on there. I find Facebook obviously is for me number one. And YouTube, I use it from a search engine perspective. But those other platforms, don't get bogged down. You focus on content. You're on BeLive. You're doing, you're creating content, right? You're using Facebook Live as a channel, a medium for broadcasting great content. Always make that number one priority. Don't spend a ton of time worrying about, Pinterest and other tools, unless your main following or your main audience hangs out on those platforms. So repurposing, just a quick recap. You want to get on YouTube for longer searchability. Your blog or your website, have it there. Main reason being is that you want to get people to consume content there and get them on an email list. And then audio podcast is just another way for people to consume your content more easily. But audio, they got the headphones, they're out for a walk, they're at the gym, they're driving. Make it accessible to people who don't necessarily hang out and sit there and watch videos on Facebook. So, all right, I think I'm good on time. I'm happy to keep going if there's any more questions and topics, but I'm just excited for BeLive. I've been there from the beginning. I've seen BeLive from the beginning, and it's just grown phenomenally fast. And also, just this platform is very unique, one of a kind. So congratulations to the entire BeLive team for building something awesome and unique, but more importantly, keeping it up and making it even more awesome 1 year later. And I'm done. I hope I didn't talk too fast.
No, it's good.
Try to stay on time.
Our next guest is running behind a little bit. I was going to ask you a couple questions. You got a couple more minutes?
Oh, absolutely. I can talk all day. You know me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for those people wanting to start versus, do you recommend? I mean, I know you were talking a bit about podcasting a little bit, and then we're here live streaming right now. What do you recommend for somebody that is looking to start off right off the gate, not knowing so much about live streaming?
So getting into podcasting? What do I recommend?
Well, I know podcasting, but even in the live streaming space, what would you recommend for somebody trying to get a start? Because because a lot of people might get overwhelmed with the talk of repurposing until they generate content, not understanding how to generate content. So you could lead a little bit people in direction of, like, if they're just getting started doing this, what they should do.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, content's number one. So without content, you can't repurpose it. So how do you create content? I always tell people, talk to your audience. Like, if you have an email list or you have a Facebook page or you have a blog, engage with them, ask them. You have a Twitter following, kind of see, if you have a blog, see which blog posts are popular and what topics are popular. Pick a few of those and kind of dive deep into each of them. Pick one topic per show. I always tell people, try not to kind of have an episode that's got many topics. Pick one topic, dive deep. So go with your blog posts, engage with your audience, on Twitter or Facebook. Ask them what they want to learn more about. That's one tip. And if you're just getting started, you don't have a big audience, pick something that you're excited about, right? Something you're excited about, a lot about. Pick that topic, chop it down into 4, 5, 6 concrete points, and then do an episode on each. Like, dive deep, spend 5-10 minutes going deep into a topic. The more passion you have, the more knowledgeable you have, the more comfortable you have. Besides being on camera, it's hard being on camera. Everybody knows that, especially live. You might stumble. But if you're very comfortable with a topic, it'll just feel more natural to go up, and you have less hesitation to just go ahead and fire up that camera and start creating the content. So if you don't have a following of any sort, pick stuff that you're excited about and it will show, it'll come across, and knowledgeable about it too. Make sure you know the stuff that you can talk about it all, all day and night if you have to. And keep each episode very, very specific. Don't try to cover too much in one topic.
That's great. That's great. Looking at some of these comments here. Will there be any replay? I can't watch all day. Yes, there will always be replay. That's the great thing about repurposing content. When you create it, you can always play it back on demand and watch it later. So yes, you can always watch the replay. And that's the whole purpose behind repurposing, because not everybody can watch something live, obviously, and you have so much content that you can create, and you're not on everybody's timetable. I'm at Eastern Standard Time, 11:37 a.m., and someone's at 11:37 p.m. across the world, so they're not always going to be always watching a live stream. But repurposing your content is always crucial. And what do you, and let me ask you this, besides the podcast sites, like Google Play and iTunes, where do you really recommend? Do you see much traction in repurposing your content? So if you do a BeLive and repurposing it on YouTube, is there any value to that?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I can't say concrete numbers, but just like you said, the content is there. It lives. It has more life after the initial stream on platforms like YouTube. So they're more searchable. People are searching on Google and they're searching on YouTube. They're not really searching for content on Facebook. So, after the initial spike, you got the initial engagement, definitely want to have it live there. That's why I do a little bit of search engine keyword research, putting them in there. It just gives it life. It lives there forever. Just keep that in mind. It lives on YouTube forever. YouTube's owned by Google, and Google returns search results that are videos as well. So the fact that you have that content there, you'll find somebody who will engage with it, read it, and then potentially come back to your site, connect with you on Facebook. It just having your content on different platforms will attract different types of people that consume content differently, for audio versus video. Some people don't like Facebook necessarily, but they still love your content.
Right. Absolutely. Any closing remarks? And thank you so much for being an advocate in BeLivers Group and doing the Repurpose show and be involved in that, and just giving people an education where they should take their live stream once they're done with it. And thank you so much. I mean, you were a guest with me on BeLive Weekly. It seemed like eons ago, but it really wasn't that long ago. But it does. It's been a while, but it's good to see you. And thank you for being part of the BeLive birthday bash, my man.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on. And my last words are, create that content. It lives forever on these different platforms. So don't be shy. Go out there and create your content.